Hi everyone, I hope everyone is doing well. In this video I'm not going to be talking about my Saturday workout that I did today. Rather, I'm going to be doing a weekly update and combining the Saturday workout within it, seeing how Saturday workouts aren't generally going to be very heavy or crazy in any sort of way, and it will still allow me to post a video every day, essentially, during summer, which I've been able to do, which is kind of a fun challenge thing to do, and it's something that as long as I work out 6 days a week, I shouldn't be an issue to do. And if I don't work out 6 days a week, I probably won't make a video every day, but who knows, that may all change. Now, one thing that's unique with this program, I think really two things compared to other things that I've done, is it always starts off with some sort of back exercise, whether it's a back extension or a good morning, and it always has abs in the workout. I've been doing abs every day during the week, even if it's very brief, just to say I did something. Same with back extensions and good mornings. Very light with back extensions or good mornings, whichever one I'm doing that day. For the simple reason I don't want to fatigue my back or put any extra strain on it by going heavy with those, and those aren't specific to anything. And my posterior chain gets plenty of work with deadlift work anyway, but I still want to adhere to the program and go through them lightly, and generally they're a pretty good warm-up or a good cool down to do at the end of a workout. So it's essentially what I've been doing with that exercise, whatever back one it is for the day. For the main days it's back extensions, and for the accessory type days it is good mornings, and so I will generally either do them first or do them last, depending on how I feel like doing them that day. But the program is pretty straightforward. It's percentage based. I have to go back and readjust the percentages. I had to do it for clean jerks because my previous PR on it was 225 back when I first looked at the program. Now it's 255, and it could potentially be closer to the 265 if, or no, it's my best is 245, and I nearly got 255. So I really close to that. So I'm just basing the program off that being my max, and honestly, my clean and jerk should go up pretty significantly over these next couple months as my form for the cleans and the jerks improves, and my strength in the movements improves, and hopefully the same holds true for snatches. I don't think I hit, I mean, generally I could say I hit 1,000 different PRs if I want to categorize every single exercise as its own special thing, but generally that's rather time consuming and pointless to do unless I had some huge ego and narcissism to feed, which I don't have enough of it, I guess, to want to feed it by talking about all the various PRs on all the different lifts. But the big PR that I do want to mention briefly is the one I hit for snatch or power snatch. It was, I think, technically a power snatch, but I'm not really good at doing full snatches yet, and I got close to doing one, but still wasn't like a regular one where I was balanced. I'm still, running away with it after I catch it because I'm not doing a good job of that second pull. I think the extension, once you get it to your hips with that, but definitely an area to improve. But I went from my previous best of 170, and I was actually able to do 175 for 3 power snatches, and then I was able to get 185 after I failed it 3 times for 1 rep. So I'm extremely happy with that, and I think I for sure I definitely have a lot of room to grow with mechanics, and then as my mechanics and strength improve, hopefully that lift will continue to go up as well. I'm targeting that 225 snatch, and I think that is a very realistic goal to have for the time being. Obviously I want to go well above that, but for the time being I want to get to those 2 plates with that. Rather arbitrary number, but it's a good measure to have, at least for me, because it will continually push me to get a little bit more with that. And generally I have those for every kind of lift, all the kind of main ones, and not really for the accessories. And same with clean and jerk. Clean and jerks, obviously I like to do 315. I'd like to clean 315 and clean and jerk like 275. Obviously eventually clean and jerk 315, but it'll be a slow progress to get my jerk up. My clean should move pretty quickly. Even the 275, I almost power cleaned it the first couple times I tried and failed it, and pretty easily cleaned it considering how much room I had to get under it. So definitely a lot of room to improve on there. So I'm going to continue to move forward with a lot of that stuff. But besides all the weightlifting stuff, and I have my notebook of all the stuff that I did, so if I'm glancing down, it's just to kind of jog my memory. Besides the weightlifting type parts of the program, I do like how he has box jumps into the program. I think that's a very beneficial thing for me to work on, just jumping, because I enjoy it. and the explosiveness of squats. And I want to, I did it, I think, for this one and the last one, where all my squats were where I did a full squat and then did the box jump. And I think I would continue to do that because it's going to be a very specific thing for me to do, and it increases the range of motion and decreases my ability to put force in my legs, since the range of motion's increased. So I'll be able to do it more often without the increased strain of doing kind of like a typical quarter squat maximal jump, where I could probably go a little bit higher perhaps, but you know, it's going to be better for me to do a full range of motion with that. But I think it was 2 or 3 days a week it had those in. I want to say at least 2, if not 3, and hopefully the program keeps them in. I think it does. The squatting stuff hasn't been too bad. It's been pretty light, whether it be front squats or back squats, so it's kind of programmed in to help me with my leg getting better, and it really has been getting better, which is a very positive step for me in that regard. For the powerlifting side of things, you know, all the weightlifting stuff, talked about that, and just generally it's just moving well and just trying to get better at the form. But the powerlifting stuff, my goal this week was to close grip bench twice, to block pull twice, to do bent over rows twice, and to overhead press once. I may just nix the overhead press, not for any reason but other than the fact that in the weightlifting stuff you do a ton of stuff overhead anyway. There's not really any need for me to add any extra stuff in there unless it was like dumbbell stuff or something, and that's most of the stuff I want to focus on, is that kind of stuff, and not really, I mean, overhead press that could legitimately be in the program because that is a weightlifter's movement, so I don't want to add that in and add excessive overhead stuff, and I'm holding stuff overhead all the time anyway, so by proxy my shoulders should just get stronger in general, and hopefully they are. But closed grip bench, I may do the same thing that I plan to do with deadlifts, where I vary the width of my grips and things like that, but generally bench is just moving really well, so I want to continue to push it without trying to add really any variations if I don't have to, and continue to do that. Same with rows, just really trying to push the weight on those. And block pulls, I think I went 585 in the last time I pulled it for 4 reps, which is probably the most I've ever done, frankly, and I'm quite happy with that. I'm a little sore from that from yesterday, but you know, I'm glad that I was able to do it. In the next week I'll be doing deficit deadlifts, and the reason for that is just change different mechanics, longer range of motion, less weight. So it's just a different thing, and just to work on the speed off the floor. And the week after that, I'll probably do regular deadlifts of some sort, and then cycle it back. I may change it in the future to do like 2 weeks of block pulls, 2 weeks of deficits, 2 weeks of regular, or some sort of structure like that, if I want to get more nuance with it. But for now, I just want to do each one in 1 week, and it'll be 2 days a week for whichever variation that I do. Same with bench. I really could bench more during the week, but with all the overhead pressing stuff that I am doing, it really is hitting my shoulders and by proxy chest and stuff as well, and I don't think I'll have any issues progressing as long as I'm aggressive on those 2 days with trying to linearly progress as much as I can and accumulate a lot of volume on those 2 days, and just doing a lot of the rows and stuff and getting a lot of that work done. If I find that's not really optimal, I may add a third bench day if I find it doesn't take away of much of anything. But well, that was a weird noise. But if I find or what I think I'll probably find is that will just beat me up a little bit more in my upper body and not allow me to perform optimally in the weightlifting, and just kind of flare up a tendonitis of some sort anyway. But 2 days a week, at least this week, worked well. It everything fit well within the program, and I think I was going to do bent over rows 3 times, but definitely not going to happen with the way this program is. There actually is quite a bit of back work with the clean pulls and snatch pulls, and just cleans and snatches and stuff like that. You do use your back quite a bit, and like I mentioned, the light back stuff at the beginning or end of each workout, so there is quite a bit of stuff in there, so I can't really add too much more because I just really don't need to. It's kind of a good thing to have, but hopefully next week I want to be able to work out 6 days during the week. What may happen is that I'll have one super duper crazy long session, or work out twice in one day if I can swing it on perhaps Wednesday, because during next week I will be in Indiana for a baseball tournament, and we have very weird times where we have 2 games, one early in the morning and then one in the afternoon on Thursday. So they're very weird times, and it's 2 hours away from where I live now. And then there is a game Saturday, so there's no games Friday, so there's no point in me getting a hotel for that day. So I'll come back and lift normally Friday. It's just kind of that Thursday. I don't know if I want to do a double day on Wednesday and lift in the morning and the afternoon and do something crazy like that for one day or something, but I definitely want to be able to train on those days. And Saturday, I believe we have one game as of now, so that shouldn't affect anything on that day. But potentially I could find some place local or some arrangement of something local and do that while I'm in Indianapolis, live somewhere that I wouldn't normally go to because it's 2 hours away, but figure out something with that. Hopefully I get those 6 days in. Worst comes to worst, I miss a day and I only lift 5 days a week, which frankly is quite a bit to be lifting, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. But as far as that's about it that I want to talk about with lifting stuff. Just a quick update on the house that hopefully I'm going to be purchasing. I had it inspected this morning. The inspection went really well. As with any house, there's a couple of issues, but there aren't really anything significant, nothing that would dissuade me from wanting to buy the house and to go ahead and purchase it and get a mortgage and all of that stuff. So hopefully, I mean, that's the only hurdle now, past inspection to my standards, and now moving forward with the mortgage and getting that all finalized and then getting it closed and all of that sort of shenanigans. And hopefully the magic date for our closing is July 12th, so hopefully it gets all done by then. And then that next week, really, I'll be moving in with getting Justin moved in, getting myself moved in, and figuring out if I can get out of my lease a month early. And if I can, that would be nice, but if not, then it is what it is. I pay a month of rent for an apartment that's will be pretty much empty unless I throw some crazy parties, which if you know me, that's about as much chance as Jesus coming back than me throwing a party. But anywho, I'll end this video here. So let me know what you think about anything I talked about in this video, and I hope you all have a wonderful day and hope all of you had a great week of training. Peace.